Hi guys, how are you? One sec. Welcome to All Signs. Oh, that's right. We have a Venus Kazemi. All right. What's up, guys? How are you? Hello. Sorry, I was writing stuff down. What's up, Lori? What's up, Michaela? What's up, Complexity? Hello, Dark Matter. Hello, Leia. Hello, Bad Lady Vet. It's so nice to see you. Shout out to Vanessa for doing the timestamps last week or earlier this week. I really appreciate that. All right. It's nice to see you. Okay, so everybody hit the thumbs up if you have not yet. I tried a new makeup look today. Absolutely hate it. I cannot. I can pull off like really slutty clothes, but I cannot pull off slutty makeup. And I was trying to do the whole like winged eyeliner and no, 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 no. Like when they tell you, "Oh my god, do your makeup like your Venus sign." For who? No. Do your makeup like your rising sign. You know, that Taurus rising makeup for me, right? And then dress like a Venus and Scorpio. It works. When I try to do it the other way, not for me. So we have a lot of stuff going on this week. Mercury goes retrograde tomorrow. Also, happy full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo. That is fun for no one. No, I'm just kidding. It's not so bad. If you guys want to see your rising sign horoscope specifically for the full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram. It's Violetta Alexis, or you can just click the link that I put in the chat right there. So Mercury is going retrograde tomorrow, which I think is really, really interesting, specifically because Mercury rules this lunar eclipse. So I feel like whatever is being revealed to us, whatever we're closing out, whatever we're letting go, whatever is coming back, because it's a South Node lunar eclipse, it is definitely going to be a time for review up until at least April 7th, because Mercury doesn't go direct until April 7th, and it's still going to be in its post shadow. We have a lot of stuff going on with the sun this week as well, is something that I noticed. So Wednesday we have sun conjunct Neptune, which can go really great, or it can go weird, or we can really not understand how it goes. I don't always trust Neptune. Neptune is like the person that well, not the person, but it's like you have to give up something in order to get something else. You know, it seems like there's always some kind of sacrifice involved, so I don't always necessarily like it, and it can be a little shady as well. So I don't always trust it, but we do have the astrological new year. So Sun is going to be entering Aries on Thursday. We love that. The Sun is exalted in Aries, so I'm excited for that, even though it's in my 12th house, blah, but whatever. And then on Saturday next week, we're going to have a Venus Cazimi. So whatever Venus rules for you, you can definitely expect to have a big ass spotlight put on whatever that is. Okay. So if Venus rules your second house, it can definitely be around your self-worth and your self-value. Something is being regenerated there, or it can be around money. If it rules your sixth house, this can be around your physical body. Maybe something will be revealed to you about maybe some kind of health ailment or some kind of work issue, okay? But it doesn't have to be like bad, okay? Keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be bad. I would love an Aries rising makeup tutorial. Oh God. I don't think I would look good in Aries rising makeup, to be honest. I'm not really I'm not really like a makeup kind of gal. Like I like it. Makeup is cool, you know. I do. It's fun, but I don't look good in it. like I don't mean that. Like I look better with it, of course, but I don't look good with doing like the full face beat down, you know. I don't look good with that stuff. I really don't. I look better with less. Like, when I try to do too much, it's like, "Are you okay?" You know, they think I came from a drag show. Like, I just no, it doesn't look good on me. But I can pull off some crazy clothes, though, I will say. I can pull off some cool clothes, but Rambling! Hi. What's going on? Good to see you, baby. Blood Moon was so cool last night. I was in my room, um, doing stuff by myself that I cannot share with you here. But other than that, and then I was writing. I was doing some writing last night. Okay. Hello, Mercury. I was doing some writing last night. I was doing my usual beauty stuff like I always do. I'm definitely more about like skincare and eating right and like the foundation for your beauty more than I am really that great about adding stuff on. I remember when I was wearing like the platinum blonde and then the platinum blonde extensions, and then I was like busting my lips as far as they could go with lip filler. I mean, it was, and the lashes were out here. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but girl, I was listen, I had an identity crisis for years, okay? I didn't know. Never doing that again. So the locks are lovely. Thank you, sir. Yes, we are over 18 here. And I feel like there's a little bit of sexiness in keeping it to yourself, you know, not sharing too much. Anyway, exactly, Lori. Lori, I hope everything is okay with you, by the way. I started doing nail art on myself since we spoke about me tapping into my artistic side. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. Good for you, baby. Absolutely. All right, guys. So welcome. As you guys know, we are doing all signs. We're gonna see the good coming your way this week. Okay. So no matter what falls on this table, even if it is the Ten of Swords and the Death, it is something positive. It is something positive. Even if you don't see it or feel it in the moment right now, I assure you it is. Okay. This is just positive stuff. Okay. Of course, I'm going to do a regular energy check in to see kind of what you have going on in your energy, but I am going to pull and see the good stuff coming to you. And then I'm also going to pull some advice as per usual. If you want to get a super chat question, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. Okay. You can find that link either in the description box below on this video, or you can click the pinned comment in the chat. Okay. And it'll take you right to it. If you don't know how super chat questions work, then you can visit my website at violettaalexis.com and it will tell you exactly how the rules work. Okay. Make sure that you guys are checking for honestly whatever fucking placement that you want, because these are general readings and it really doesn't matter. But as always, if you want to get a personal, you can head on over to Hipsy where I have exclusive readings there, or you can head on over to my website at violettaalexis.com. All right. So, let me put on some tunes and let's get into it. I'm already getting hot. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Aries, you guys have a lot going on this week. You got a lot going on. You have a lot going on. I know you guys are feeling it. I know you are. Okay. Give me just a second, please. Do you guys ever watch that astrologer Patrick Arundel? I love him so much. That older gentleman, the English guy. Do you guys ever Patrick Arundel astrology? I love him so much. He's so adorable. He's so cute. Not even I know. What's good, Daisy? Do you guys ever watch him? Welcome, Taurus, for week commencing. He's a great astrologer. I feel like he gets slept on. Honestly, here, I'll send you a link to his thing. But I feel like he really gets slept on, honestly. I feel like he deserves, I mean, he has 129K, but I don't know. I really like him. There you go. That's him. My favorite, though, is Rux. Rux astrology she's really good. I feel like Rux astrology is incredible. Like, I feel like she is elite, in my opinion. She goes by whole sign. I wish she did Placidus. I really do. She's the only astrologer I've ever gotten a natal chart reading from. Like, that's it. Like, she's the only astrologer. That's Rux. Check her out. She's my favorite. What's up, Just Damn? Oh my God, he's so funny. Are you kidding me? Week commencing. He's hysterical. Yeah, Rux is such a cutie. I know she's a Cancer rising, and she's an Aquarius sun. I can't remember what her moon is. I know that she has Venus in her 9th house because we had a DM a long time ago about it. I also took one of her courses. That was incredible. She has a great system. She's really, really smart. What's up, Underdog Tarot? Cha, cha, cha. 81 degrees and sunny. Get out! You don't know what pain is. No, I'm kidding. Like, I don't mind the gloomy weather. I just wish that if it was going to be gloomy, I wish that it would come with the rain. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when somebody tries to mix like sweet and sour. It's like, no. Like, I want one or the other. Or it's like when a man is super feminine. No. Like, I'm bi. If I'm gonna date a girl, I want to date a girl. I don't want to date a woman that is necessarily masculine, although maybe in the bedroom a little. You know? Like, it's got to be one or the other. It's got to be one or the other. So I wish on these cold days it was like, it was rainy. Like, give me some rain. Give me some rain. It's hot here in Texas. I wouldn't go to Texas on anybody's money. I wouldn't go to Texas. No, not with the laws in place there and everything. No. My ex-girlfriend lives there. You're in Iowa. I don't mind a nice thunderstorm, but not all the craziness. Oh, Tyler, I love storms. I'm a big dork. I've literally collected like storm water in little vials like a psychopath. Damn, I'm a masculine. It wouldn't have worked anyway. I require, a vial of your soul. Okay. You don't want to give that up, I promise. Amen to the sweet and sour. Yeah, well, I mean, like, listen, it doesn't mean that, like, there's something wrong with somebody. I'm feminine, but I can be quite masculine. in my energy, okay? So, like, but I'm also allowed to like what I like, and, I actually believe that, some women, I think that the just got a ringing in my ear. Thanks, dark matter. I believe that the most beautiful thing on a man is something feminine. Like you ever notice men have really beautiful long eyelashes, or you know what I'm saying? Like I think, I don't know. But I think sometimes the most beautiful thing on a woman is the thing that is actually masculine about her, because it's very like unique, kind of. Now don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean that I would not explore the possibilities. You know what I mean? I dated one girl who was pretty butch. And I mean, that was like when I was in my early 20s though, okay? And she was really cool. She was really, really awesome. But I have a pretty funny story for that, but it's not appropriate. But it just, I don't know. I was like trying to like, early 20s. Like I definitely knew I was bi. There was a moment there when I thought maybe I was super like just like gay, but it turns out I just like had some really bad experiences, and then I got back down to my bisexual cave. But what's up, Ross Music? Nice to see you. I'm kind of feminine on the inside. I feel like I can appear feminine on the outside, but I feel like I can be quite masculine on the inside. It depends on my partner. Like, it depends on my partner. So, like, if my partner is not just somebody who tries to take charge, because I feel like a lot of people do that, and it's like, "Please stop." Like that one guy that I always tell that story about when he was trying to hold me down and kiss me, and I was like, "No, no, no. Pipsqueak, Gumby. It's not it's not it for you," you know? But it has to be somebody that I also respect. Like somebody who is who they say they are, somebody who is, honorable, noble, you know what I mean? And is like commands a certain authority, but it has to be somebody that I feel is worthy enough to like bow down to, so to speak, right? Because I'm a natural little submissive, but only for like the right person. Otherwise, if you're more feminine, you are going to get a masculine version of me. Or if you're just like a turd, like you're gonna not get what you want out of me. You know what I mean? Okay. That's what's up. Integrity. Exactly, Redmond. Integrity, yeah. And I'm not fucking perfect either, bitch, okay? But I freaking try my best. I try my best. I like to bake. LOL, I just started to garden. Okay, we love that. Yeah, like I dated a woman who was a Scorpio, very, very feminine, hyper feminine, very, very feminine. And I also appeared very feminine in our relationship, but she I was very much the masculine in our relationship, but she wanted to be the one that was like that in our relationship. And I was like, please, this is not it. Like, this is not it. I'm telling you, this is not. But it was almost like she didn't want to feel inferior, is what I was getting from that. And I feel like that happens when I date a lot of like men as well. Like they feel like they have to turn into something. Just be yourself. I'm not going to be able to respect you if you gotta pretend like you're something else. How long do these intros last? They can last up until the next 10 seconds if you'd like to get blocked, because this is my channel. This isn't your channel. This is my channel. So I'm going to talk as long as I want. And if you don't like it, you're more than welcome to leave. I really don't care. Okay? And let's just do this since this is bothering you. We'll give you a little timeout. Maybe give yourself a chance to reconsider what you just said. Maybe reconsider your position here in this chat. I've never seen you before. Not funny. That's not funny. You don't come into my house and start talking about, like, you don't have any snacks around here. Pfft, you're in my house. Okay? Please understand. You're literally in my house. Who do you think you are? So weird that you would even make a comment like that. Please keep talking. Right. Could you imagine, like, somebody coming in your house and being like, "Can you stop talking? Where are the snacks?" Sir, you're wearing flannel and a denim jacket. Please leave. Like, what? It's hard as a single parent, plus my teenage boy would run this house if I was always in my feminine. Oh, yeah, no. I mean, like, that's the thing, though, isn't it? Like, I think that masculinity serves its place. I think that women, we absolutely have our moments to be masculine. You have to be, especially if you're in like a traumatic situation. Like, this is not the time to get in a creative space and be soft. Like, no, masculine energy is for survival. It's for going and getting out and getting things. And, if you're a single mom, like, you can't just be, all day and just, although I tend to still, I have two girls. So, okay, this is a girl's house. Even my cat's a girl. But, with men, I feel like men should not reject their femininity. I think that a man falling into his feminine sometimes, I don't mean like, where he's asking you to like, I don't know, do stuff that you're just not, whatever. But I feel like men reject that so much because there's almost this weird dark umbrella that they put over femininity, or they would think that it's gay or something, when I think that more men should just accept that they have that side of themselves, like, I think that a lot of men are bisexual. I think a lot of men are bisexual. I do, and I think a lot of them are in denial about it, and I think that sometimes it will come out as resentment. And I remember I dated a guy, and later on I found out he was bi, but he was, like, telling me while we were dating, like, "I just really can't stand you sometimes." And I was like, "Why?" And he goes, "'Cause you just get to live your life however you want." And I was like, "That's a weird thing to say." And then I figured it out later because I was always so open about my sexuality and I was always so just fluid, and he had to, like, he felt like he had to cover it up. And I feel like just to accept that part of yourself, if men stop putting such a stigma that on femininity, that femininity is weak and femininity is gay, and instead just like embrace that part of themselves, I really feel like there would be a lot less violence, and I feel like men could date each other as well and it wouldn't be weird, and just live your truth, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what's wrong with that? I don't know. So, what's up, Monica? Long time no see. I'm always in my hyper independence, learning to get into my feminine by healing. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I get like that too. I definitely am very hyper vigilant, and I tend to attract quite like a lot of vampires, a lot of vampiric people. And so I have just found that just mostly keeping to myself. Oh my god. This guy's probably going to see me, but I was at the gym the other day, and this guy walks up to me, and he was like, he goes, I'm like, have my headphones in, and he's like, "You look like my friend Stephanie." And I go, "What?" And he goes, "You look like my friend Stephanie." And I was like, "Oh, cool. Like, she's hot, right?" Like, just making jokes. He's like, "Yeah, yeah, she really is." And he's like trying to pull up pictures, and I was like, "Cool." And then he goes, "She works at blank. You might know her." And he named a strip club. And I'm like thinking, like, why would I know her? What are you trying to say? Like, so immediately I'm like, oh, okay, this feels uncomfortable. This feels weird. And I'm like, well, yeah, I don't really visit those places. He goes, oh, well, me either. I'm like, sir. Okay. How did you meet her? Oh, a friend set us up. And then he shows me her. And I'm like, okay, so your friend set you up with her? Okay. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I said, well, that's really, really cool. And then he was asking me about where I go. If you see this guy, I'm really, really sorry. But like, I gotta just be honest. So, because he knows my YouTube channel now, which maybe was a mistake. But anyway, so um he then proceeded to talk about like or ask me like where I go, and I'm like, I just read, write, I just work, I work out. I don't because he was talking about like places he's been and have I been to these places. Then I told him I don't drink. I've been, alcohol and tobacco free for 5.5 years. He goes, oh yeah, me too. Just stop. Please just stop. Please just stop. Just be honest. Just be yourself. Just be like, yeah, I like to drink and I like to go to strip clubs sometimes. And like, okay, I will respect you more if you're just honest about it. You know what I mean? Because now that I know, okay, women are usually have a built-in BS detector. And so at this point I'm just like I could never trust you as a person. Because why are you lying about something so silly? Like, why are you lying come on, your friend did not set you up with her. I'm sorry. And I know that you were there. I know you were and it's okay. Like, just be honest about it. Just be honest about it, buddy. That was, like, very upsetting to me. I was like, and then he continued to carry on the conversation, and I was like, "Okay, well, you seem really nice," and then he was asking me what I do and all these things, and I just wanna work out now. I don't wanna have an inauthentic conversation. Please just, leave me alone, honestly. Please just leave me alone. That's why you don't ever tell somebody what you're looking for in a partner, because they will sometimes pretend to be exactly what you want, okay? And we all do that to an extent, okay? And that's okay. But I mean, like, it's one thing to maybe lie a little bit, but it's another thing to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm totally sober and I have been for 2 years." And then you're in a relationship, within 3 months you find out he or she is hiding a bunch of liquor bottles under the bed and like they're trashed every night. Like, no. 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 Stay away from me. But he seemed really nice. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and do this. That's how long these talks last. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at. But you can cut through the BS quickly if you're aligned. See, but this is this. Okay, before I swear to God, I'm gonna start. I get that, right? I get that. My best friend is a man. He's a gay man. He's a man nonetheless. And when I have these intuitive hits about people, my Aquarius rising, Aquarius moon, Sagittarius sun, gay best friend that I have matching tattoos with, who I love dearly. Okay. I love him dearly. But he always says, now, how does that make sense? How do you know if they're lying? Come on. You don't have proof of that. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm assuming the worst. You're probably assuming the worst because of what you've been through. Not everybody is a liar, Violetta. And then I always end up having his voice in my brain. And then that's me always trying to give the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm being paranoid. I have always been right, bitch. I have always been right. I have always been right. I think maybe twice okay, that I can even remember that I have been wrong. I'm not doing that anymore. Holy shit. Oh my God. He means well, right? He's clearly on my side, but I just like, no, I'm not. I love you. No. Like, no. I'm not doing it. This is not a logical job. Like I can feel it. Like I can feel it. Never doubt your instincts, right? And then you get effed over doing that. Yeah, and my best friend would never try to harm me, okay? But he's just, you know. So yeah. If he's watching, yeah, and then he's like asking me, "So what time, like, do you usually come to the gym and what days?" I'm like, "Jesus Christ, dude." Okay. All right. Aries. Welcome. Let's go ahead and take a look at the good coming to you for this coming week. So, this will be the week of March 16th through to the 22nd. You guys have a lot going on in your sign. So, here's me shuffling the cards. Oops. Sorry about that. Here's me shuffling the cards. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Well, damn, I don't even need to pull any more. The 10 of Pentacles is in your energy. The good coming to you is the 8 of Pentacles. The 5 of Swords in reverse for your advice. So let's see that energy read here. Damn, the Magician and the 10 of Cups. Oh, wow, Aries. Damn. You took the damn 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. Sorry, guys. You guys aren't going to get it. I think I got to reshuffle around like Libra or something like that. So anybody after Aries, you're shit out of luck. Okay. So wow. I mean, what can I possibly say? This to me is almost like you have a vision about how you want your relationship to go, or even if you're not in a relationship, this is the kind of relationship ideal that you have. And I feel at this point you are on fire, especially when the sun hits your sign. This is going to be so motivating for you. It seems like you have your mojo back, you got your juice, you're ready. Seems like something is actually working out in your favor in regards to finances, your legacy, a business, or if you are in a relationship, that can be working out. But I feel like it would have already been something that has been working out. Okay. For others of you, it can be that you finally complete something that you've been meaning to complete when it comes to your legacy or on the journey too. But this to me is very much a sense of confidence about what you want, who you are, and how you're going to get it. So you're in the energy of completion. You're in the energy of confidence and utilizing your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities in order to get what it is that you want. Damn. The good coming to you, the 8 of Pentacles, the Lover's reverse, and the 5 of Cups. I feel like for a lot of you, you either dealt with a very disappointing love situation, or there was maybe something from the past, even if it's just like past lovers, for instance, and you may be thinking about those past scenarios or those past relationships. And what you're doing is you're essentially raising your standard for your expectations that you're going to expect in the near future or even now. So it seems like maybe you're not too focused on the past anymore. And it's more so you're thinking about how you can raise your standard for the people that you allow into your life and raise the standard for yourself. For a lot of you, you can be working on some kind of passion project. So like this can be like, so if you guys are going through heartbreak or have been going through a hard time, this can be a time where, you can Taylor Swift something. So Taylor Swift, right? She always gets in these breakups and she has, she attracts a lot of narcissists, blah, 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 things like this. And she always makes a song about it and it always hits the billboards. She wins a freaking Grammy for it, whatever the case is, right? So I'm not saying you're going to win a Grammy or something, but what I am saying is you're taking a really negative situation and you're making it work for you. and I feel like it is working for you. Now, if you're like an Aries rising, for instance, because you do have this lunar eclipse that is occurring, there can be like a new job, or you're letting go of some kind of habit that is no longer good for you. This can be that maybe an opportunity even comes back, or an opportunity is being revealed to you in regards to work, or in regards to even creativity, with those oppositions to the sun and Saturn and Pisces. So I feel like look out for it. Your advice, well, there's Pisces. The Five of Swords reversed, the Hangman, and the Three of Cups. I don't really feel like you should need to work too hard to get something that you want. Okay. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't have to work hard. Okay. But a lunar eclipse in Virgo, whatever placement it is for you, it can be that need to let go of perfectionism. Feeling like not everything has to be perfect. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't put the work in, but something doesn't have to be perfect to be good. And so I want you to keep that perspective of something as well, even if it's like a project that you're doing or habits that you're trying to let go of, one step at a time. I think it's asking you as well to get ready to make some sacrifices in your life towards things that are no longer working for you, especially when it comes to people that you're surrounding yourself with. So that way you can invite new people in. Okay. So thank you so much, Aries. I really appreciate it. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question during this live to get read on my live, then you can go to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. Let's go ahead and move on to, hold on one sec. One sec, hold on, sorry. Want to make sure okay, good. Okay. All right, we're good to go. What's up, Shaylin? Hi, Shaylin. The eclipse happening for Aries rising whole sign houses in the 6th house. So that's your day-to-day, your work. It's not necessarily the house of health per se, like in a way, yes, but it's more like the house of like disease and illness, So there could be something revealed to you about an illness. Okay, for some of you, I'm not trying to scare you or anything, but it's probably something that you've already dealt with because that South Node is there. So it might be like something that's coming back, but it's a chance to be able to rest, recuperate, and kind of let go of something. Or for some of you, you're letting go of a job, or you're letting go of some really crappy habits. Okay. But Saturn is asking for work to be put in. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at Taurus. So Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Let's go ahead and take a look at the good coming to you for March 16th through the 22nd. The Six of Swords reversed. This is for your overall energy. The good coming to you is the Six of Cups. I like seeing 2 sixes. Your advice is the Hierophant, you. Okay. King of Pentacles. Whoa. Alrighty. And the Judgment. Whoa. Okay. That King of Pentacles in reverse. You're showing up as a masculine, okay? So if you're a feminine, this might be reversed. This to me looks like for some of you, it just can be, whether you're a male or female, okay? It can be about you revisiting some old issues around finances, business, or a past relationship. And you can be kind of reconciling with whatever those issues are. And I feel like it's for the better. So if there was, like, for instance, some kind of debt that you had to pay off in order to increase your credit or something like that, like you're taking accountability for it. Maybe you are, paying it off, or you're realizing it's there, or whatever. For others of you, this can be like a comeback around. So it can be specifically with somebody that you are in a relationship with, somebody you've been in a relationship with. if this is somebody that you live with, for instance, like let's say that this is a spouse, this can be somebody that may be returning to you and potentially taking accountability for something that they may have done, especially regarding either A, finances, or B, non-committal uh, uh, issues, or just somebody using another person. Okay. And I don't know if you're this King of Pentacles. So let me put it like this. The King of Pentacles in reverse looks like they are coming back around to address something from the past. And I feel like it's with positive intent. The good coming to you is the Six of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Devil. So I feel like if there are any unhealed issues between you and either a child or a partner or a friend, somebody from your past, somebody that you have a soulmate connection with. This Six of Cups is a soulmate connection. It's somebody that you have history with. It's somebody that you essentially have generally good memories with. And there can be something that's very healing coming in for the both of you, or in regards to that specific dynamic and relationship. It makes me feel like for some of you, it can, if this is a romantic relationship, there can be intimacy involved, okay, with that devil there. And I feel like it's going to be good. For others of you, it can be that there is some final awareness of bad habits, toxicities, red flags, fears, anxieties, whatever it is that may have been holding you back from healing, or you and this person back from healing. So I feel like it's generally positive. Some accountability and big decisions will be made for certain. But we're needing to review something first before it can truly be handled. Your advice is the Hierophant, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, and the Eight of Swords. If you're on the receiving end of this King of Pentacles in reverse, then this is telling you to stick to your morals, your values, remember who you are, right? The Hierophant is what makes us as a person. It is our fundamental building blocks. And so, like, I don't know, like what means a lot to you, right? Like if, like for instance, if there's like certain rights that you believe in, if you're like a big, I don't know, animal rights activist or something, you're like probably not going to, date somebody who, I don't know, talks shit on animals or really despises them or doesn't like them, right? And saying like, it's basically saying don't allow yourself to get stuck into something that does not resonate with who you are, okay? Because you're going to find yourself in a sticky situation if you do that. For others of you, if you are this King of Pentacles in reverse and you are the one that's coming back around to take some kind of level of accountability or reconciliation in some way, um, I feel like it's telling you to understand who you are, understand what you want before going into this, like truly. And if this is more about like finances and stuff like that, I feel like this is probably just saying like watch your spending. So that is what I have for you, Taurus. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat to get read during this live stream, then you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis, and you can book with me there. Let's go ahead and move on to, thanks, Daisy. Here I go cleaning again during V's reading. I mean, perfect for the lunar eclipse. Just don't do too much. I was going to go to the gym and I was going to go all out, but I was like, maybe I don't want to do that during a lunar eclipse in my sign, This is hitting my sun. Not like a exact conjunction, but within 4 degrees or so. Okay, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Let's go ahead and take, oh, I love that, Daisy. Go for it. That can work sometimes. What's up, Alyssa? All right, Gemini, let's go ahead and see the good coming to you for the week of March 16th through to the 22nd. The Five of Wands reversed for your energy. The good coming to you is the Wheel of Fortune reversed and the Five of Pentacles reversed for your advice. So let's see that Five of Wands reversed first. Eight of Cups reversed. Ace of Cups reversed. So keep in mind now, okay, I always do an energy check-in so I can see what's going on, okay? We're still pulling up the positive, but I'm just doing a little, like a health checkup, as it were. This is not health advice. Okay, Five of Wands reversed, Eight of Cups reversed, Ace of Cups reversed. Definitely this energy of probably realizing that something that you've been giving energy to has been draining you completely. And it may be something where you're feeling like, God, am I just afraid to be alone? And that's why I keep dealing with this? Or am I just used to the chaos? Am I just used to occupying my mind with this crap? Whatever it is, right? Like, for instance, if you know that going on Twitter and reading political tweets by people you hate and then getting in arguments on Twitter is like hurting your mental health, this is probably the time where we don't associate ourselves with that anymore, right? Whatever it may be. So I feel like this is a time where you're like, I give up. I don't want to give my energy to whatever the hell this is anymore. It's probably exhausting. I feel like there's this energy of you just kind of feeling emotionally depleted, but you're getting ready to turn that around because you're not giving energy to it anymore. And I definitely think it's something that your pride is very attached to. Like it's something that you take a lot of pride in one way or another. So let's see. Yeah, see? Seven of Wands. Page of Swords reverse. I feel like you've already won the battle. Like, I really feel like you've already won the battle. And I don't think you need to keep revisiting something. Like, there may be something that is repeating itself in one way, right? You're going back to Twitter, you don't understand how these idiots can believe this or da 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 da. And like somebody tries you and then you hit them with a solid 1-2 point, right? And that's it. Like you slayed it. All of a sudden, tons of people are following you. But your mind's like still stuck on it. It's like, baby, it's okay. Like you already won. Walk away. You won. Walk away. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's a Twitter beef, okay? But it is something that you have already achieved. And it's like, I don't know if you're seeing that or not, but you have already won. And so you're not needing to go back and kick it to make sure it's dead. It's dead. You're winning at something, you know? The Five of Pentacles in reverse, Empress reversed, and the Six of Pentacles in reverse for your advice. You don't need to prove anything to anyone about your worth or what you bring to the table or whatever. The Empress in reverse is more about what can I bring to the table, right? And how can I prove that I'm worthy to sit here instead of just sitting at her own fucking table and doing her, and people will naturally be attracted to sitting at her table or his table, okay? And so I feel like it's more so about you creating a very hello, a very specific um energy about you where people are just attracted to who you authentically are, you know. So, oh wait, you guys have that's so funny. I didn't even think about that. You got it well for Gemini risings anyway. You guys have stuff going through your 11th house of friends, groups, communities, social media. I didn't even think about that. How funny. Thank you so much, Gemini. I hope that you guys will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question during this live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis to get a super chat. Okay, let's move on to Cancer. What's up, Alexis? All right, let's see here. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Really, just watch whatever fucking placement you want. Okay, but let's go ahead and take a look at the good coming to you for the week of March 16th through to the 22nd. Okay. Queen of Pentacles reversed is your energy. the Four of Cups reversed for something good coming your way, and the Ace of Wands reversed for your advice. Page of Pentacles reversed for your energy with the Four of Wands. Okay. Sorry, I don't know why my computer's doing that. Oh, God. Fucking Mercury retrograde. Please leave me alone. So you're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles reverse with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. What I want to say with this is if you want to change, you should get up and do it yourself. You know? Um I the Queen of Pentacles in reverse can sometimes show up when we're not like taking care of ourselves properly, or there are a bunch of insecurities that we have that are bogging us down in some way. And I feel like this is really about, instead of like sulking about it, I'm not saying that that's what you're doing. Okay. These are just examples. Don't take it personally. But instead of like sulking about something or comparing yourself to someone else and like wishing something could be this way, I feel like you should just be like, okay, well, what can I do to do this? What can I do to be this person? What can I do to be the best version of myself? But it's not about being another person, right? It's about being the best version of you. Like, for instance, I think that a lot of the times, like, we will look at certain, like maybe you're really into fitness and you see certain fitness girls or fitness guys and they look a certain way. And that's all well and good, right? It's great to get inspired, but it's also about like, we're not all built in the same way, right? This person's genes don't necessarily match your genes. And so trying to obtain something that is never going to be you is going to be or feel very defeating. So it's more so about, what do I have to work with? And let me work with that. Right. And Cancers, you guys usually have like really sexy clavicles and like a really sexy chest. You know what I'm saying? Like, work work with what the good Lord gave you, right? That Four of Wands energy though, I feel like you are going to break out of this funk or this feeling. Some of you can be moving. Be careful of your finances is what I want to say as well. I'm not saying it's fitness, okay? Whatever it is that you want to work on, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, you're going to have to take that initiative. Ooh, love that. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so you have the Four of Cups reversed, the Sun, and then you have the Ace of Swords. And this is for the good news coming to you. I feel like for some of you, you can be getting a message from like a solar figure or somebody who's a leader, maybe. And I feel like this person is probably trying to give you, maybe they're trying to give you a promotion. Maybe it is a conversation from a past love. Whatever it is, it's giving you some kind of sense of optimism and encouragement in some way. Because that Four of Cups in reverse tells me that at some point, or even now, the Four of Cups is in the upright. What is the Four of Cups in the upright? It can be somebody who's a little bit spoiled and they don't realize what they have. Okay. It can be somebody who takes things for granted, right? Like maybe you have a really great body and you're just like, oh my God, I feel like it could be better. And it's like, bitch, if you don't get out there and start posting pictures on Instagram, right? But it can also be about rejection or feeling disappointed or feeling like the grass is always greener when like the grass is green where you water it, right? And so I feel like you guys are getting a message or having some clarity around that. Like how you're going to do that or how somebody is going to help you towards some kind of goal that you have. A lot of confidence though. Let me get one more for that. The Seven of Pentacles. Someone's either investing in you, could be like a superior trying to give you a promotion, right? Or it can be a person. It's somebody maybe who's very confident, or it's that you're investing in what makes you confident yourself and you're having clarity around what that means for you. Your advice, Ace of Wands reverse, Three of Pentacles, and the Temperance. Yeah, so don't like waste your time. Don't sit there and stall. Don't compare yourself. It's telling you to maybe collaborate with others, maybe join some kind of group. Maybe if you're a YouTuber, collaborate with someone in order to bring some kind of balance or more creativity into your life. But it's telling you to bring people on or to work with others in some kind of way to be able to make yourself happier. Not saying that, we should always rely on other people to make us happy. I'm just saying there's something about this that can end up being very fulfilling for you. So that is what I have for you, Cancer. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. Let's go ahead and move on to Leo. All right, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Let's go ahead and see what we have going on for you guys. Okay, Leo. Nine of Wands reversed for your energy. Feeling a little tired. The Moon reverse for the good that's coming to you. And the Page of Cups reversed. This is for your advice. I feel like I see where this is going. Okay, let me see. Ooh, 2 nines. Some of you could be a life path 9. And the Two of Cups. Oh, you stress about somebody. It's interesting because it's like on one hand, it looks like you've given up on someone with that Nine of Cups, Nine of Wands in reverse. It looks like you've given up on someone, and this can be something that has been going on for a really, really long time. The problem with this is while you may be giving up on a person or giving up on someone or something that used to nurture a lot, because you're giving up on that, it seems like you're giving into some kind of anxieties. And these are things that haven't even happened. They're just thoughts that you're creating in your mind because you're probably tired physically, you're probably tired mentally as well. And when our minds are tired, sometimes we can go a little crazy. And so I feel like with that Two of Cups there's love in your life, or there's thoughts or anxieties around somebody that you want to connect with, maybe that you haven't, or maybe somebody that you have connected with in the past and you're connecting with now, but for some reason there's stress. Why is there stress? The Hermit, and it's paranoia. Sorry. When you combine the Nine of Swords reversed and the Hermit reversed, it's somebody who is ultimately paranoid. Paranoid as fuck, in their head about something or someone. Mm. So it's like I said. So for the Moon in reverse to show up with the Ten of Wands and then the Queen of Wands reversed, and then I'm like, well, why? I asked, like, why is this good? And then I got the Chariot reversed. Something that you feel like maybe you were forcing, or something that you feel like you were fearful of pursuing. Um, there was some kind of fear here that something wasn't going to go ahead, that you weren't going to be able to take action. There was something like that, like fear that was holding you back in some way. But I feel like something is being revealed to you that makes you more confident, that makes you be like, oh, well, shit, I can do the thing now, or I can call that person, or I can go see this person, or like there's something that is being revealed to you that's going to make you realize that you were tripping, basically. It's because, you look at the Moon in reverse, it can be like, oh, you know, our fears, whatever. But the 10 of Wands is like, I'm done with that. A completion of that. Something that felt very heavy because look, 9 of Wands and then the 10 of Wands. So now you're able to finally seal the deal. You're finally able to let go of whatever those anxieties were that was basically bogging down or fucking with your confidence. Your advice, Page of Cups reversed, Queen of Cups reversed, and the Queen of Swords. Don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot is what I want to say. Um, Page of Cups in reverse to the Queen of Cups in reverse. It's like, don't be, I'm not saying anything like terrible is going to happen, but it's telling you to take the lessons that you've learned from previous connections, from this life in general, whatever this is about, and actually apply them. The Page of Cups in reverse with the Queen of Cups in reverse in combination for advice is like, don't be naive about something. Don't be naive, but also don't so much give in to some kind of fears because of past issues that you end up sabotaging yourself. It's just telling you to be logical and make straight edge decisions. That's it. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Leo. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question during this live, then you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at Virgo. I'm definitely the Delulu one. I get it. All right. Virgo. Okay. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements, but honestly, watch whatever placement you want. Welcome. Let's go ahead and take a look. The Death reversed for your energy. The good coming to you is the King of Wands. The Eight of Wands reversed for your advice. Watch what you say. Immediately what I got with that. Damn, what the hell are you holding on to? Oh, honey, what is happening here? The Death reverse, the Tower reverse, the Two of Wands reverse. You're like the wheel that doesn't spin. The wheel that only goes in reverse. You're driving backwards at crazy speeds. Not even afraid of what you're going to hit. And the thing is that you're either you're refusing to let go of something, or there's a refusal to let go of something psychologically or emotionally, or something that is causing you to stay in the same place. There's a fear of coming out of your comfort zone. This is more of a passive approach to how you're going about things, or how you're really not going about anything. It seems like you're kind of in stuck mode. And I feel like this lunar eclipse is really going to help with that anyway. So, for instance, if this is like with your if this is your first house, right? Now the first house can be really anything. It is a lot about your physical body, how people perceive you, the impression that you leave on people when you meet them face to face, you know. It can be about your health as well in some way. But it can just be about you in general. Like, what old habits are you keeping, or what old self-limiting beliefs are you telling yourself that is causing you to stay in place? Is there someone that you're holding on to or holding out for that is causing you to stay in place? Do you feel like you keep attracting crappy relationships, and do you keep externalizing that and being like, "Oh, it's everybody else and it's not me," and which is actually causing you to attract the same people over and over and over again? And it doesn't mean that you've necessarily done anything wrong, but I think that it's important that when we are living our lives and something keeps happening to us, right? It's more important to look at ourselves first, either how we are projecting or what we are accepting, what kind of habits that we haven't let go of that could actually change our lives for the better, and how that is not allowing ourselves to change by not making ourselves aware of what those things are. Um, and it can be something as simple as oh, I really want to lose weight. But my mom growing up always told me that I was just going to be overweight and obese and I was never going to amount to anything, and I just got to stick with that narrative because okay, like, suit yourself, you know what I mean? Or whatever it is. But it's about really not giving everyone outside of yourself control over your destiny and what you're attracting. I feel like you have somebody in your corner encouraging you, this King of Wands. So if you are not this King of Wands, I feel like there is somebody in your life that is encouraging you to drop something that is driving you crazy, or that is like biting off more than you can chew, something that doesn't really have a place in your life. It's almost like something feels very overcomplicated that doesn't need to be. And I think this person is trying to help you or encourage you because they believe in you in some way to follow through with your intuition and your true potential. Okay. For others of you, if you are this King of Wands, I feel like you are becoming confident enough to drop something, like I was saying, to live out your own true potential and really being honest with yourself. It's like that quote, our Our state of evolution is dependent upon how much we are willing to accept about ourselves. That's a hard one, right? I was watching Truth and Aspect Astrology. She's really incredible. I'm trying to get her to be my astrology tutor, because I did take the anyway, nobody cares. But she had said, uh, you are not as smart as you think you are if you are not teachable, you know? Like, if you feel like you have nothing to learn, if you feel like, you know, if you're not willing to accept truths about yourself, like, there is no point. There is no point. You're going to stay in the same place, you know? And so it's not necessarily that you've been a bad person. It's just about not giving everything else outside of you control over your own actions and how your life is at this point. Well, speaking of truths, you have the Eight of Wands reversed, the Six of Wands, and the Seven of Swords reversed. For some of you, so this is for advice. For some of you, it really is about being honest with yourself. Seven of Swords in reverse, it can sometimes represent a guilty conscience. So for some of you, this may be a good time to clear your conscience. For others of you, it can be about the truth about you and what you feel like you need to be like in order to get validation, be successful, get some kind of level of success or attention or whatever it is. And ask yourself really if you're actually living in your truth or if you're maybe forcing something. Okay? But you're definitely going to start living out, like, or taking steps towards your fullest potential this week, I feel. So that is what I have for you, Virgo. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And obviously, if you want to book a super chat question with me, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. So let me shuffle these real quick. Thanks a lot, Vanessa. I appreciate that. All right. Shall we move on to Libra? Libra always got some shit going on. Y'all know I'm going to have to get one of my little clementines. I didn't get clementines this time. I got like these little halo oranges or something, or not halos. Oh, I was so disappointed. Anyway. Yeah, Daisy, I get that. I really get that for sure. Yes, I love it, Daisy. I love Daisy's commentary tonight. Yes. If you guys have not, I would greatly appreciate if you could like and share the broadcast. Thank you. All righty. Cha cha cha. Libra, Sun, and Mars. Okay, my daughter's a Mars and Libra. My other daughter's a Mars and Virgo, and I'm a Mars and Capricorn. That little Mars and Virgo is so cute on a little girl. My daughter is like 12, and watching her argue is honestly, she's so precise about it. It reminds me of like an angry Hermione Granger from Harry Potter. Like, honestly. Ugh. Okay, so I just have to say it before we go. So, real quick. So, my youngest daughter is a Sagittarius Sun and a Sagittarius Mercury. She's the Mars and Libra. And so she's 11 and my daughter is almost 13. She'll be 13 in June. And so obviously she, my oldest daughter, Nirvana, she has a bunch of friends her age that are around the ages of 12 and 13. And one of them already got their period, right? And so they're all sitting in the car. And my youngest daughter is not a very social person. She'd rather just be alone, be by herself. She doesn't really care for being friends with everybody. Okay. She's kind of like me in that way. And she doesn't really like people talking to her too much. So she's sitting there and she's in the car and she's playing her game. And this one girl, we'll call her Amanda. She is my oldest daughter's really good friend. Okay. So Amanda looks over at my youngest daughter, Khaleesi, and she goes, "So, are you excited to go to middle school next year?" And without skipping a beat, my youngest daughter says, "Are you excited to get your period?" Just like that. When I tell you, this girl takes no prisoners. No prisoners. Doesn't care. 10 out of 10, no notes. She is so fucking funny. Like, she is so, and sometimes she embarrasses me. She's she embarrasses me sometimes. I'd be like, "Oh my God, so bad." I'm definitely gonna get my karma with that one for certain. So funny. I love her. God, she's so funny. Oh yeah, without a breath. She just no, not even a second, not even a thought about it. Just, I mean, literally, but like before the girl was even done finishing her sentence, I was like, damn, damn. I just feel so bad for anybody who ever gets in an argument with her in middle school. She's just is such a, she'll roast your ass. All right. So Libra. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements, whatever. Let's go ahead and take a look at your energy. Two of Swords. What you have to look forward to is the Three of Swords reversed, and then we have the Seven of Cups in reversed for your advice. Okay, well, you're showing up as a masculine, so if you're a feminine, you might need to reverse this, okay? So you're definitely in this energy of maybe avoiding some kind of unfinished business. And the reason why you're avoiding it is because you know that something needs to be closed out. You know that it needs to be finished, or you know that there needs to be some kind of closure, but you're putting it off, or you're procrastinating, or you haven't decided how you necessarily want to go about it. And for some of you, it can be that you are attempting to delay whatever this decision is because if you make a decision too quickly, or like it almost feels like you will feel like you don't have control over the situation. It's almost like, I don't want to look desperate, or, I shouldn't have to close that out. They should, or whatever it is. I don't know what it's about. Now, for others of you, it really is about needing to put your big boy or your big girl pants on, needing to pull them up real tight and get to your shit, whatever that is. And it's something that you may be putting off. It's something you could have been putting off for a while. It's something that you should not be avoiding, because it needs to be finished. It needs to complete. It needs to finish. Whether this is like, you need to go to all your therapy sessions, or you need to finish that project, but it's like you are wearing the crown without the castle, and it's like, come on, you gotta get to it. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta take control of something, and I feel like it could be that your emotions are too wrapped up in whatever this is, or you could be feeling emotional, or you could be feeling angry even for some of you, and that's why you're kind of putting it off. And I get it. Like, we sometimes we just need to deal with our emotions, but I want to say, like, don't put it off for too long. I also feel like there's some honesty that's needed. The Three of Swords in reverse, the Star reversed, and the Ace of Pentacles. So this is for the good that's coming to you. Something that has been quite painful for you, that may have caught, oh, fucker, sorry, that has caused you to lose a lot of hope in a situation, or just in life in general, or in regards to some kind of dream. It looks like there's an opportunity to redeem yourself. There's an opportunity to revisit something that you really wanted, or something that you really wanted to do. Okay. And I feel like this is something that could last a very long time in your life, if you played your cards right, okay? So you would need to play your cards right. And obviously I'm going to look at advice, and we're going to see how that would turn out, but like, if you're a Libra rising, Mercury and Venus going retrograde in your 7th house, maybe it's a past love, you know? Maybe it's a past love, or maybe it's a new relationship, okay? I don't know, but there's definitely some unfinished business that you're very, very focused on, but I feel like there's a new opportunity that's coming to you. But it's going to require work from you. It's going to require that you plant the seeds, that you take that initiative, that you water the garden, so to speak, if you want this thing. Seven of Cups reversed with the King of Swords and the Nine of Cups reversed. Yeah, so I don't think that you need to be delaying something because you're in your feelings, okay? This looks like a masculine read, so like I said, if you're a feminine Libra, this can't be somebody you're dealing with. But to me, this is about needing to truly be honest with yourself about something. And you could have been living, or are living, in kind of Deluluville, or you keep putting something off, or you keep refusing to see something or deal with something. And it's like really needing to deal with it, really needing to be fair to yourself, fair to another, whatever, and make the decision and be honest with yourself about whatever it is, because you're not going to get what you want by constantly procrastinating, or not dealing with this, or just trying to put something behind you without actually being honest with yourself about whatever this is. I haven't seen one of those in a while. I hope those damn fruit flies aren't coming back. I will absolutely lose my mind. So, and also I want to say, like, Libra, be cautious of how you're dealing with things. Like, don't, listen, to each their own. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your body or whatever, but like, if you're sad, or you're trying not to deal with things, and instead you're like eating, 20 ho-hos every night, or you're going out to the bar and getting absolutely annihilated, and then screwing the first person you see, or whatever it is, that is not the way that we want to deal with these things, okay? And I also feel like Okay, for some of you, you could have been very, very selfish and delusional in a situation that was unhealthy for you and another person, and it's really about making fair choices, okay? And you can still get what you want. It's kind of like you can attract more bees with honey than vinegar. You know what I mean? So that is what I have for you, Libra. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to, you can always book a super chat question with me at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All right. Scorpio. What's up, Shamika? Nice to see you. What's up, Jess? All right, let's see here. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Can be whatever placement, honestly. These are general readings, but welcome. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with you for the week of March 16th through to the 22nd. This is the good for coming for you. We have the Knight of Swords reversed in your energy, the Ten of Swords reversed for the good coming to you, and then we have the Three of Wands reversed. This is for your advice. Okay, so Scorpio is also showing up as a masculine, so if you're a feminine, something to keep in mind, okay? All reversed, Knight of Swords, King of Cups, the Fool. Okay. You're feeling slighted. You seem to be feeling slighted and potentially even triggered in some way. And it may cause you to make very reckless or emotionally reckless decisions that you could potentially regret later. For others of you, this can be about you not really feeling vulnerable, you being a little bit emotionally immature, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, and kind of taking a passive aggressive approach to a situation that you need more clarity around. So I would be really cautious about how you're maneuvering through these situations. You definitely seem to be a little bit off your rocker this week, okay? Things will change for the better, but I do feel like you might be feeling a little bit slighted or passive aggressive this week. Like what I want to say with this Scorpio is be very cautious of allowing your emotions and your triggers to run the show. When we allow our emotions and our triggers to run the show, all logic, all reason doesn't seem to be present in our lives. It seems to, our lives turn into a roller coaster. So, but we're going to pull advice for that in a second. This is, Ten of Swords in reverse, Knight of Cups reverse with the Nine of Pentacles. So, you ever heard that saying, there's nowhere to go but up? This is you, okay? This is kind of what's going on for you a little bit, Scorpio. So, I feel like there is some kind of ending that you've already been through. And it certainly puts you in a fucking mood. It puts you in a mood in some way. But the thing about the 10 of swords, when it's in the upright, is you'll see that the guy who's being stabbed, he has he's holding his hand like this, which means fortune after difficulty. Learned that from Minnow Pond Tarot a long time ago. Which means that something is better yet to come. Okay. And so, yes, something could have put you in a mood. Something could have, made you feel some type of way. And that's okay. We all have feelings, but you are going to be pushed to evolve. You are going to be pushed to evolve in regards to who you're attracting, what you're attracted to, and how you go about that level of attraction, or you're able to heal or overcome some kind of difficulty through some kind of creative pursuit that you have. But the Knight of Cups in reverse is frustrated because he doesn't know where his heart belongs all the time. And it puts him in a mood. It makes him jealous. He's not in his element. He's not in his sweet, angelic, creative, I'm going to read you poetry on a fucking canoe, right? Hello, Little Mermaid. He's not in there because he doesn't know how to deal with his emotions. He doesn't know where to put them. He doesn't know how to express them. But this is this point of evolution where you stop for a second. You enjoy where you are in this very moment, and you learn to just be with yourself with that Nine of Pentacles. I think there's also this element of your money doing really well, and it seems like you're also enjoying it. So you're able to enjoy your life. You're enjoying your life, your money looks good, you're looking attractive as well with that Nine of Pentacles. Your advice is Three of Wands reversed, Three of Wands reversed, Justice, and the Page of Wands reverse. Despite our frustrations, despite us feeling like our inner child is being triggered, despite some kind of, maybe not such great news that we hear or whatever, it's really about staying in our logical mind, or it's about doing what's right, regardless of our feelings, which can be the hardest thing to do sometimes. I've certainly been there. I have certainly been there, especially when I'm triggered. Oh my God, my mouth. Okay. Oh, gross. Okay. So I get it. Like, I am not, okay. But it's really about your integrity and you doing the right thing, even in the face of adversity, which is not always the easiest, right? But when you do that, it builds not just character, but character that separates you from the rest. Character that can take you to places that your triggers and immaturity never could. You know what I mean? So that is what I have for you, Scorpio. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question to get your question read during this live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. Let's move on to Sagittarius. Via just calling me out tonight. I'm sorry. All right, let's see. Sagittarius. Same old cheeky Mercury. Hey, you know what? Well, I guess Mercury is not retrograde, is it? But I just got a nice little nice chunk of check. I got a refund, not a taxes either. It's like some old credit card that I had or something, and they upgraded my card, and so what they did was they gave me the original deposit for my card. Nice chunk of change too. I was like, okay, Venus retrograde. Okay, love that. At least that's what I assumed it was anyway. Coming back to me. Alrighty. But every time I get money in, it's like I feel like it's God being like, you're gonna need this. So I never trust it. I never trust it. I'll get like a chunk of money, or I'll get like a big fat reading. I'll get a big chunk of money and I'll be like, oh, God is trying to tell me I'm gonna need this. Fuck, what's gonna happen? Isn't it terrible to think like that? Ugh. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Let's go ahead and see your energy, the Strength card. I like it. We have a lot of Sun energy, so the Strength card makes sense for me. The Knight of Wands for the good coming to you. Okay, and the Knight of Pentacles for your advice. Oh, I need a massage. The Strength, the Two of Wands, and the Ace of Cups, please. Okay. Oh, you're ready, aren't you? You're just so fucking ready. You're ready. Look at this motive. It feels like somebody who has been held back for a really long time, or they have been planning something for a long time, or they've kind of been in cocoon mode for a long time, and they're like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to publish that book. I'm ready to write that book. I'm ready to go out there and I'm ready to date. I'm ready to I'm ready to change my look. I'm ready to look the best I've ever. So there's something that you're doing that you're very passionate about that you may have been held back from a long time. And it seems like it's something that is different from your norm. It's not something that you would usually do. And it can be around love, it can be around creativity, or this can just mean that simply your heart is in whatever this is. This is really cute. I love this. Maybe you're like getting back to your inner child kind of thing, you know? The good that's coming to you is the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, Nine of Swords. You're not waiting around anymore, is what I'm getting. The Seven of Pentacles in the upright is somebody who is like, do I want to keep investing in this or should I invest in this other thing? Well, what you're doing now is I feel like you are making that decision. You're like, you know what? This is no more. I got to invest in this and I'm going this way and I'm not going to sit here and stress about it anymore. I'm going to go after the thing or the person that I'm passionate about and that's it. Or you have somebody coming towards you, quite frankly. And it can be like a collaboration, it can be some kind of opportunity for you. It's something that you have a lot of passion for, or someone that you have a lot of passion for. It's almost like somebody can't wait anymore, or you can't wait anymore, something like that. Your advice. It's telling you to take your time with that Knight of Pentacles. Like take your time with whatever this is. And it's telling you to make sure you go slow because you want to make sure that you make it right. You want to make sure it's right. And it can be in regards to a collaboration, getting on the same page with another person, working on a team in some way, or just bringing people into whatever it is that you're going towards. And it's telling you to take your time. Don't be impulsive with something. Don't project any ideals. Be very practical and realistic. It doesn't mean that you can't have fun with it, but it's asking for practicality and realism. Okay. Which is like so lunar eclipse and Virgo coded. You know what I mean? So that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question during this live, you can go ahead and head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All right, let's move on to Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements, but it really doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and check. Ooh, the Empress. That's your energy. Listen, the Hangman in reverse. That's for the good coming to you. The Temperance in reverse for your advice. Okay. Three of Cups reversed for your energy with the Four of Cups reversed. Okay. I just heard, I don't give a fuck. Okay. You know what you want and you know what you don't want. And I feel like this makes decision making quite easy for you. You're not interested in dealing with third parties, low vibrational situations, people that are not grateful for you. You're not interested in frolicking around with people that are pretending to be your friend when they just want to siphon your energy. You're not interested in the gossip, rumors, drama. You're not interested in hanging around with a bunch of people in order to feel better. You are the feel better. Like, I feel like you're in this very strong feminine energy, very creative energy where you don't really feel like you need to prove anything to anybody in order to feel good about yourself. You're not in an energy of, where you feel like you have to get everybody to like you in order to feel accepted. You're very much in this solo energy, and I don't mean to say this in a hoity-toity kind of you're better than everyone else way, but you're of this energy of, why should I invite you into my life if all you do is take, right? Like, what do you have to offer me? Because, and it doesn't mean that you don't have anything to offer, but you're like, I'm not going to chase anybody down for a day old wiener, right? You know what I mean? I should probably finish that sentence. A day old wiener from 7-Eleven. Oh my God, I realized that I always use that saying, but I never finish it. Oh my God, everyone is probably thinking I was talking about something else. So I love that energy, Capricorn. Okay. You're getting something financially. I feel like somebody is either making some kind of sacrifice for you, or somebody is bringing something to you. See, the thing about the King of Pentacles is, if there's anything he's going to do, is he's going to show up and he's going to provide, or he's going to do for the people that he cares about, okay? Or she, whatever. But there's a King of Pentacles energy here who seems to be helping you out. Even if it's like with day-to-day tasks or with a business or something like that, because they seem to be assisting you with something that has to do with your practical day to day, or something that has to do with your finances. So it just seems like you have somebody who is very much supportive of you here. Careful, you all getting pregnant as well. Okay, or getting somebody pregnant. Okay. But it just seems like you have somebody here that is truly helping you. Like, but it's a big help. Like, the King of Pentacles is no slouch, bitch. The King of Pentacles, he's going to show up. He's gonna bring everything he can to the table, you know? And he's a problem solver. It's Capricorn energy. Maybe you're dealing with another one, but and he's gonna take initiative, you know? I love the King of Pentacles. Your advice is the Temperance reversed, the Queen of Cups reversed, and the Five of Cups. This is telling you not to allow past situations, regret, sadness, whatever it is, um, knock you off of your throne. Okay. It doesn't mean that you can't heal from things. It doesn't mean that you can't find coping mechanisms for past issues. But it's telling you that there's nothing back there in your rear view mirror anymore, and focusing too much on what's in your rear view mirror as opposed to what is in your windshield or what's right in front of you is going to cause a crash, so to speak. So it's telling you to take something from the past and make it work for you. Don't lose your cool with certain situations that you're emotionally invested in. Okay. So that is, I don't know why it's telling you that, but that's what I have for you. Thank you so much, Capricorn. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. So let's go ahead and move on to Aquarius. What's up, Peacekeeper? What's up, Kismet? When you use it. I love that expression, when you use it. Oh, yeah. All right, let's see. What's up, B Taylor? No, I'm not talking to although that's hysterical. All right, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Let's go ahead and see. You have the Page of Cups, which is in your energy. You have the Ten of Wands, which is the good that's coming to you. And you have the Seven of Swords, and this is for your advice. Ooh, okay. The Page of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the High Priestess for your energy. You're letting your little inner child frolic this week, I feel. So, Aquarius, you seem to be maybe focused on a love situation. It could be a very strong love situation. It's very interesting. There's very much like a cat and mouse game going on here for some of you that are involved. Okay, so for those of you that are involved with somebody, or maybe it's somebody new or whatever it is, there is a connection here, but it's more than what you are making it out to be. Like, and what I mean by that is like you're showing up as the Page of Cups, but that High Priestess there, like, if this was an energy and I saw this as somebody, it would be somebody who's being a little coy, a little cute, but you can tell there's an intensity. There's a magic about this person. It's a very sexy, very even lusty in some cases. The High Priestess is the very desirable woman. She's the perfect balance of masculine and feminine, okay? Or man, all right? But this to me is about you really listening to your gut instincts about everything, but specifically about either creativity or a relationship and living out your highest potential and exploring that. For some of you, you can be connecting with tarot or focusing on occult matters. Maybe you're reading a book about, magic or the divine or who knows, but the good coming to you, damn. The 10 of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Magician. I love this so much because the Magician is somebody who has an intent to do something, and he or she has all of the cards in order to do it. It is somebody who is very talented, has a lot of gifts, abilities, things of that nature. And the Queen of Wands, while the Magician is about intent, the Queen of Wands is about action. So it's like intent with action combined is a force to be reckoned with. And I feel like that's you guys. Something that you've been working towards for a very, very long time. I mean, you fought tooth and nail. It seems like you're finally getting it, or there's some kind of sense of responsibility and completion here. And it's feeding your confidence even more. And it's making you explore your potential even more. I mean, damn, the High Priestess and the Magician is so powerful within itself. Now, this can be, if you're interested in feminine energy in regards to like romance and stuff like this, I feel like this can be a very sexy, outspoken leadership type of person. Somebody that's very attractive, somebody that you're very attracted to. If this is you, this is about you maybe doing a performance or showcasing your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. And I say that because the Queen of Wands is the performer. Okay. Even if it's like you finally started that Substack or whatever it may be. Your advice: Seven of Swords, Ace of Wands, Four of Wands in reverse. Don't be afraid to break out of your shell a little bit. And I also want to say, like, don't tell everybody your fucking plans. Like, keep some of your shit to yourself. Like, don't tell everybody what you're getting ready to do or, because somehow it may sabotage it, especially if you have like Scorpio placements. Um, I notice that sometimes when I talk about what I want to do as opposed to just doing it, it like never happens sometimes. It just doesn't happen. You know what I mean? So something to kind of be cautious around. For others of you, don't put something off. Don't put something off. Just do it. So that is what I have for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. Yes, rambling. Love it. All right. We have Pisces. Let's go ahead and see what your energy is for this week. Queen of Pentacles reverse. Not my favorite. Let's see. The good coming to you is the Seven of Wands reversed. The Six of Cups for your advice. So let's go ahead and take a look at that Queen of Pentacles reversed. the Five of Wands reversed, the Four of Pentacles reversed. Not feeling very motivated, huh? You guys this week don't seem to be super motivated. I mean, you know, and to be honest with you, like, hello, right? Having Saturn and Neptune in your sign can be, sometimes it can be a bit of a drag, right? And also with that lunar eclipse opposing you guys, like, it can feel exhausting. So I'm not here to rag on you at all. But it can be this energy of finances, your own sense of self-care, self-worth, things like that. You can be a little bit of a mood. It almost looks like somebody who's on their period a little bit. Like, I don't have fucking time for anybody. You know what I mean? And it seems like there's something that maybe you are holding on to. It can be something that you had a lot of pride around. It can be around an argument, a conflict of some type. And you're just at this point where you're kind of run ragged a little bit. You're like, I'm just gonna let it go. I don't even care. I don't even care anymore. But you're definitely like in a mood about whatever this is. There definitely seems to be some, maybe a little bit of insecurities kind of popping up. It doesn't mean that anybody is necessarily making you feel that way. It can just be that maybe you're not eating right. Maybe you're not doing the things that you love. Maybe, you know, so there can be a lot of factors that go into this. But it definitely feels like, you know, if you've had a long day at work and there's still stuff to like take care of at home and you're just like, I don't give a fuck. And you just like melt into the couch. You know, when you get home and, like, you don't do anything for the rest of the night. That's almost like what it's giving me a little bit. Seven of Wands reversed, the Moon reversed, and the Eight of Pentacles reversed. This is for the good that's coming to you. Okay. Period. Okay. Okay, I get it now. Um, it feels like something that you had been fighting for so long. I mean, tooth and nail. It ran you dry, you know? It just absolutely exhausted you to no end. And there's this moment that you're having where you're just like, "Ew, go away." Like, and what I mean by this is, okay, let's say it's a person, okay? And let's say that you really love this person. You love them. Oh God, you would just do anything for them, and you did. Okay. And let's say that you kept doing and you kept doing and you kept doing, and you were just so exhausted and you had no more energy. They were just siphoning all of your energy. You're just absolutely just done for. And then something happens where you're like, it's almost like the smoke clears. And you look at this person and you're like, "Oh my God, this is not worth it at all." But it is almost this weight off of your shoulders. Is there a bit of an aggravation because you feel like, you know, maybe you felt like it took so much of your energy? God, I could have been doing so many other things. Yeah. But there is this moment where it's like, oh, thank God I don't have an attachment to this. Like, for instance, have you ever had somebody who treated you so badly, and then they finally did that one last thing that, like, made all of the attraction just disappear, and you're like, "Thank God, because I could not let go of this person." It almost feels like that, and I'm not saying it's a person, maybe it's a job, maybe it's a who knows, right? But you're like, "Oh, thank God, I just don't have to fight about this anymore, I don't have to." It feels like a relief to you. Like, I don't have to do this anymore. You know? But you're happy about it. Your advice is to stop allowing people to haggle your worth for you or tell you your worth and what your worth is. That's not for them to decide. It doesn't mean that they have to partake, but it does mean that they need to respect it and go the fuck on, right? Um, like for instance, right, on my website, nobody gets to dictate what my prices are. It's not for you to decide, right? It's like, I'm not saying you have a price like that. I'm just saying, metaphorically. And I feel like you guys need to start viewing your energy and your attention and your love and your kindness as a gift as opposed to something that is a give in. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Pisces. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question, then you can do so right here on hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All righty. Nobody gets to tell me how long the intro is. Exactly. Exactly. You're welcome, Vanessa. Have a beautiful night, baby. Thank you, Daisy. Ooh, I like that one. I gotta write that down. Hold on. Start viewing your love as a gift and not a give in. Okay. There we go. All right. Damn, who do I gotta call to get rid of that double chin? Shit. How can I be so fucking skinny still with a damn double chin? All right. And don't forget, guys, if you want to see your horoscope for your rising sign for the lunar eclipse in Virgo, make sure that you follow me on Instagram. I went ahead and put that link in the chat. All right. All right, let's go ahead and do super chat questions. Oh my God, I gotta pee so bad. Should I make a little bit of tea? I kind of want to make some tea. All right. All right. Did it? Of course it did. Hold on, guys. My camera does this sometimes. It's really strange. All right, there we go. Sorry about that, you guys. I don't know why. It just started doing that recently, and I don't understand why. Oh, thanks, Daisy. I appreciate it. All right, guys, I'm gonna go make some tea really, really quick, and then I'm gonna be back, okay? Or I'm gonna at least heat up the water or whatever. I love that quote. Yes, an original by me, and I'm gonna put that in my book. I published a book and it is still in review. It's like I'm so bad. I published like a tarot spread book and it's still in review. The fuck? just a baby. I know. She is so cute. Doesn't she look so happy to be here, guys? Oh my God. All right. Hi. Did you want to come up and sit up here while I do super chat questions? I was doing some writing last night and she was sitting up here on a little blanket that I put up for her. And she's just sitting up here with me. After I get my tea, I'm gonna try to see if she wants to come up here. Actually, we're gonna shuffle all of it. All right. Damn chins are sneaky, right? All right, I'm going to grab my tea. And then I'm going to see if this little cutie wants to join us. Come on, don't you want to come up here? Valeria. Valeria. Hi. Do you want to come up here? Come here, pretty girl. I can't act too desperate or she gets weirded out and then she won't come over here. There she goes. She's under my leg. Hi, baby. Oh, hi. Hi, sweet girl. Oh. Hey, you want to sit right here? See? Oh. Let's see if she does it. There she is. Oh man, you guys can't even see her. Let's see if I can get a little. She's right here. I put my little sweater up here so she can come on. You snuggle? There she is. Come here. Come here. Oh, she's just a baby. She's so cute. love her. She's so cute. She's a Siamese, Daisy. She's a Siamese. She's an expensive little turd, too. All right, let's do it. Yeah, she has a black tail. She has like a little black nose, black ears, but she has some white on her, too. She's like a little chimney chute. Okay. So we have, all right, we got my girl Karina. Karina, colon, hi, Violetta. Things happen again, and I'd like to know what the future holds for me and him. Thank you. Let me see. Whoops. Two of Swords reverse, the Queen of Swords. Whatever happened, I definitely feel like you're using your logical mind more than anything. Definitely isn't a time in the near future here where you're going to be illogical or where you're going to let your emotions run the show. This seems to be like if there's something that needs to be discussed, if there's something that you want to bring up, I feel like you're going to do it. So it seems like you're learning, and not only learning some kind of lesson, but you're applying the lesson to whatever the situation is. Six of Cups, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It can definitely be like a focus on nostalgia, focusing a lot on the positive memories, which can be really good. But there is a Knight of Pentacles in reverse here, which can talk about we're either being too critical of another person, we're being too critical of ourselves, or something isn't really moving or progressing in the way that we had hoped. If anything, it may be a little bit of in a standstill. The Sun and the Seven of Wands, something may be illuminated to you about some kind of competitive situation between you and this person, or it can be that we are asserting healthy boundaries in a situation that is creating more confidence within ourselves. So it's like when we start to put up boundaries and we actually apply those boundaries and we're consistent with our own boundaries, it creates a sense of self within ourselves. It creates a sense of self, and it creates confidence as well. So I feel like that looks really good. Let's get some advice for you, Pluto. And confidence is your key to success. So there you go. So I want to say, when it comes to anybody trying to take your power from you in any kind of way, it can only be taken if you allow it. It can only be taken if you give it truly. And I know that's a very harsh statement, or that can be very controversial to say, but it is true. You know, it really is true, unfortunately. And well, I guess I don't want to say unfortunately, but so I feel like there's some kind of transformative process that you need to go through, accepting your own sense of truth, being giving yourself the space to be vulnerable with self and be honest with yourself about what confidence means to you, and about the sense of either insecurities or the sense of confidence that you're bringing to this relationship or others. This can also be saying that if you guys are like together or you're trying to make things work, some serious truths may need to be uncovered or revealed in order for something to truly work. Because if we're just sweeping things under the rug, or if we're not being honest about everything, it's definitely going to come up later, you know, or it's going to show up in some kind of way. So that is what I have for you. Thank you so much, Karina. It's always a pleasure, and I hope that you're doing okay. All right. Ash, if she showed up, will it be sincere, or will it just break my heart all over again? She knows about the new 18 years younger. I feel it would be ego, not love. Okay, let me see. Will it be sincere? The devil in reverse tells me that there will be an honest evaluation or an honest King of Swords conversation around whatever the issue was. So For instance, if this is somebody who really shit on you before or said some really terrible things or even did some really terrible things, this could be a time where some truths are revealed or we're having some honest conversations to initiate a sense of fairness within the dynamic. So I don't see anything negative thus far. I also see the lovers there, so we're also making higher self decisions, or this person seems to be thinking logically about the connection between the two of you and what decision needs to be made. And I feel like this is coming from a higher place, like a higher self place, as opposed to a low vibrational space. So it seems like there's a lot of intimacy here. There's a lot of connection. With that Queen of Wands in reverse, I want to say, if this is you, if you feel like you may be the Queen of Wands in reverse, despite the truths being revealed, despite the honest conversation, despite the genuine conversation that's happening between the two of you, you still seem maybe to be very upset by something, or there's still something that is piquing some sort of insecurity within you. Now, if you feel like this person is the Queen of Wands in reverse, then I would say that this person may be leading a little bit more with their masculine, but some kind of insecurity that they have or need for some form of validation. They may be suppressing their feminine energy or on the back burner operating from a place of ego or insecurity. Okay. So I hope that that made sense. So do I feel like it's genuine? It looks genuine. It looks genuine to me. Okay. Now that Queen of Wands in reverse, though, that's dependent. I don't know if that's you or if that's her. So thanks a lot, Ash. All right, we have Karina, number 2. I recently decided to change the course of my career and plan to get a license for something different later this year. Is this the right path I should be taking? Thank you lots. Sure. Let's see. I don't feel like it's necessarily the wrong path. What I feel like though is you could be ignoring your intuition for something else, or I feel like, not saying that this is beneath you, but the high priestess in the upright is somebody who has some incredible potential. But the high priestess in reverse doesn't believe that. She doesn't necessarily believe that if she reached for the stars, she would actually get one. Ma'am, you got to get out of here. I really tried. I really tried to be nice. I really did. Okay, sorry about that. But she can sometimes not realize what her true potential is. So basically, I feel like what this is telling you is, if God were to be like, or whatever you believe in, if God were to be like, hey, guess what? If you reach for the moon, you would actually get it. Would you try? Because I feel like, while I'm not saying that this is beneath you in some way, what I am saying is that, do you think it's possible there's something better? Do you think it's possible that you're not reaching high enough? That doesn't mean that you can't do this. I think that this will likely bring you a lot of clarity, but I also feel like at some point you're going to wonder. There's going to be this thought in your brain of, could it have been more? Could I have been more? Could it have been something else? So I feel like it's going to make you feel a little stuck in some way as well. I don't necessarily think it's the wrong choice, but I think that you could have more if you desired it. Okay. Thanks a lot, Karina. I'm wishing you well. Mahela. I hope I said that right. What are my Taurus's intentions with me? We are separated now, but still communicating. I'm an Aries sun, moon, Venus, was retrograde then also, and South Node Cancer rising. Okay. What are the Taurus's intentions? I don't think that they want to be separated from you. Hermit reverse and the moon. I don't think that they do. Hold on. It's like weird because there's still a very like strong emotional attachment there, but there's also a fear. There's also a fear. There's also suppressing that fear in some kind of way. It almost feels like a comfort zone. And I feel like all fixed signs can kind of be that way. Not saying that you're like a comfort zone, but people get comfortable with each other, you know? And I think that there is maybe this fear of venturing out or finding out what else is out there. I don't feel like this is somebody who's ready to go all in with that Chariot in reverse. This may be somebody who is afraid that they might force something or something may be too intense, but there's a lot of fear or a lot of paranoia attached to this person's mind when they think of the connection. So their intent, I feel like they're trying to trust themselves despite their own fear, is what that looks like. I do think that they're divulging in their emotions, but it almost feels like it's out of a sense of comfort as opposed to what's this person want with Mahela? Eight of Swords. Yeah, it's like a fear. It's like a fear of what else is out there. I know I need to make a choice. It's this feeling of stuckness in some kind of way. It's like them doing it to themselves. So, I mean, their intention is to still be stuck on you, to stay around, but it almost feels like it's out of fear or out of fear of the unknown as opposed to not saying they don't have genuine feelings for you. I do think there are emotions there with that moon, but it feels like it's attachment out of fear. Okay, so just a word of caution about that, Mahela. Thank you so much. And I hope that you will leave me a review and let me know how I did as well. Let's see. Ash, if I go public now the way I am thinking, I have to, in order to ensure I have a say, will it serve my legacy? How will it go? The Death in reverse, it may bring something back up from the past. It may bring something back up from the past that will cause you to have to end something else, or that will end up you will have to let go of something or give up on something in order to evolve in some way. It could feel like a losing battle, if I'm gonna be honest, with that Death in reverse and that Nine of Wands in reverse. It feels like we're not able to move to the next step. We're not able to come out on top in some way. We're not able to, achieve something successfully in the way that we want to. It seems like there's still unfinished business somewhere, or there's still changes that need to be made to something. But it looks like it kind of like, you kinda get your ass whooped a little, you know? I'm not saying, like, don't speak out about something that's important to you. I'm just saying, like, clean up on aisle 5 with whatever you're getting ready to do, okay? But, yeah, Ten of Swords in reverse. Like, something may come back up. What are you asking her to do? The Justice. It's telling you to be logical and fair in what it is that you're doing in regards to your, approach. It's asking you to act with integrity and honesty, dignity. If this is, like, something to do with the law or something like that, I feel like it could go in your favor, but you're needing to go about it the right way. Like, don't do anything shady or dishonest. Not saying that you would. Just make sure you have all your ducks in a row, I guess is what I wanna say. I don't wanna say it almost feels like something feels like a lot of trouble for what it's worth in some way. I'm not saying that your legacy isn't worth something, but it feels like there's something here that's worth a lot more trouble than it's a lot more trouble than it's worth sometimes. But this would cause, I mean, you would really need to give up on certain things. There would need to be a serious evolution from you. There would need to be things that you have to let go of that you have been attached to forever. you know, and I don't know if that's like a way of thinking. I don't know if that's self-limiting beliefs. I'm not really sure, but it's asking you to take a very balanced, logical, fair, and honest approach to whatever this is that you're doing. Make sure that you have all of your I's dotted, all your T's crossed. Okay. Thank you so much, Ash. Then we have Bryn Lazarus. Hey V, question number 1. What will happen if I stay in this relationship with D? The Page of Swords, 10 of Pentacles reversed, 7 of Cups reversed. It definitely feels like we are still questioning things. We're still questioning things. The Page of Swords with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse is like a sense of immaturity. It's like we're not ready to go to the next level. We're not really building something here. Something feels a little bit like a failure in some way. It feels like it's not really working out for the long term. And the 7 of Cups in reverse can be like we're forced to kind of make a choice because something is right in our face that's like this is kind of the reality check of a situation. Five of Swords, 7 of Pentacles reversed, 4 of Pentacles reversed. You know, I mean, I hate to see sound so negative, Bryn, but the 5 of Swords is like manipulation, games, deception. I mean, you watch tarot enough to know. And the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, it just feels like kind of a waste of time. It feels like potentially even a loss of money with that 4 of Pentacles reverse. I want to say really be cautious around how much time and energy you're investing. I'm not saying that like it can't work out, but it makes me feel like somebody maybe, and I don't know if this is you or him, but somebody's not in the right headspace. Like somebody is bringing someone's bringing fruit to a vegetable fight. I don't know how to explain it. Like it seems like somebody has a very immature approach to approaching a long-term connection. Fixed is your advice with look at the bigger picture. So this is really kind of asking you to hunker down in regards to what you depend on when it comes to your identity and what you want long term and when it comes to the big picture. And it's asking you to look at the big picture. And I feel like once you look at the bigger picture when it comes to your life, that's when things are going to make more sense to you. Not saying you haven't done that, but that's when things are going to make a lot of sense to you. I'm wondering if something is going to kind of happen in June here. And I say that because we're having a full moon in Sagittarius in June. So, and this says full moon in Sagittarius on it. So I'm wondering if something around there is going to be revealed or you're going to have more understanding around what it is that you want with this person or not. Thank you so much, Bryn. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Then we have number 2, Bryn Lazarus, number 2. Question number 2, what will happen if I decide to end the relationship? Thanks, girl. Sure. Then you'll end the relationship. I mean, Queen of Cups reversed, the world, the 10 of Cups reversed. You know, the world is overpowering these other cards because, well, it's a major arcana, but the world is very much a peacemaker. It's something that you finally feel like you've learned from. It is closing out something in peace and it brings peace from it. Although you may be left with either, you know, your sadness, right? Queen of Cups in reverse, you can be feeling a little bit emotional. 10 of Cups in reverse can feel like some kind of ideal has been shattered or, you know, maybe you're second guessing your decision a little bit, but at the end of the day with the world, it seems like you're pretty much at peace with it. Yeah, you're going to be questioning it. You're going to question it, of course. Strength reversed, 6 of Pentacles reversed with the 8 of Wands. You can start to do things like in all relationships. You can start to question the value that you brought to the connection, the value that they brought to the connection, the value that the essential connection has. These just seem like regular thoughts that we have when we break up with somebody. I feel like with that 8 of Wands, you may decide to go on a trip. You may decide to go on a trip. You may decide to focus on some kind of educational path. You may decide to, start listening to Mel Robbins or whatever her name is, Tony Robbins podcast and learn a bunch of things, right? The 8 of Wands can be about traveling, learning. It can even be about writing as well. So there's some kind of knowledge that you seem to be gaining or a trip that you may go on because of this ending, okay? Opposition, don't let your past hold you back. Okay. So, it's very interesting that it says opposition because you had two questions. So I feel like you're on opposite sides of whatever the solution to this issue is. And with the opposition, we either need to go one way or we need to meet in the middle. And this is saying that something from the past may be holding you back, which can be self-limiting beliefs. Do you believe that this is what you deserve? I'm not saying this person is diabolical or anything like that, but it's kind of like that saying, we only accept the love that we think we deserve. And what have you been telling yourself for years that has caused you to question that? What kind of love have you been accepting, and what do you think that says about you? Okay. And I'm not saying that that is what it is, but because it says don't let your past hold you back, there's something that may be holding you back from something that you're supposed to obtain, or whomever it is that you're supposed to become, however it is that you're supposed to evolve, whatever. This can also be saying that if you do decide to break free, then this is telling you not to, it's okay to heal. It's okay to do that. It's okay to process those feelings, but don't let this hold you back from whatever this is that you attempt to pursue after the fact. Okay. Thanks a lot, Bryn. I appreciate you. All right. We have H28Y. Let's see. Do you see anything good coming in for me or any advice? Show me only the good coming towards H28 within the next month. Something you've been waiting on, 8 of Cups reversed and the 3 of Wands. You may have been waiting on someone or something to come back to you, something that has left your life. You may have left something or someone else's life. And it seems like this thing that you've been waiting on can come back to you within the next month. So it's something that you have planned, something that you had set out, something that you've been wanting to do. It's something that you've either done before, something from your past that you've been waiting on. Your advice. Ooh, King of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. When it comes to the 8 of Pentacles, this can be like, this is Sun in Virgo energy. So it can talk about our day-to-day, our work, our routine, setting the standard for ourselves, working on some kind of project, focusing on our job, mastering ourselves, mastering some kind of opportunity that we have, whatever it is. It's telling you to be confident in the work that you're doing and to work on your confidence while you do it. And I feel like this sense of working towards some level of independence, whether that is just being independently confident, whether this is being financially independent, wanting to be able to enjoy your life a little bit more and not have to work so hard. It's telling you to have confidence in whatever that is. Okay. Thank you so much, H28. Then we have Playboy Bunny. What are Jonathan's next actions towards me? 5 of Wands reversed and the 4 of Swords reversed. Knight of Wands reversed. It feels a little passive aggressive. It doesn't really feel like he's definitely not looking for a fight, but I feel like his actions are going to cause one because it seems like there's this energy of this in and out, this inconsistency, which can be stressing you out ultimately. That 4 of Swords makes me feel like because there's not a consistent energy coming from him, or because he's not taking action towards you in the way that you'd like, it can be stressing you out. It can be causing you to overthink a lot. What are his actions? The Magician. It seems like he may be careful of him, like playing with you a little bit. Okay. He may be playing with you, or he may be doing some like tricky things in order to get you to chase him or to get your attention in some kind of way. So be cautious of that. I do feel like he's very confident that he can either get you or attain something from you that he's wanted. But it seems like the way he's going about it is a little wonky. So just be cautious of that. Thank you so much, Playboy Bunny. I really appreciate you. And I do hope that you will leave me a review to let me know how I did. Thank you so much. Then we have Jasmine. What does Gemini feel towards me currently? 5 of Cups. Did you guys go through something, or is this an ex, or do you guys have like a past history? Because he may be regretting something. There may be some sadness. He may not be focusing on the positive because he's too focused on something from the past. The 2 of Cups in reverse, he can feel like he messed something up or you did. There's some kind of disconnect or misunderstanding that he feels like the two of you have had in some way, which may make him feel disconnected from you. Now, if this is somebody completely new, then I would say he may be focused on a disconnect that he had with somebody else in the past. But if this is somebody you have history with, then this is about you. If this is somebody new, then he is focused on some other kind of disconnect that he's had in the past. Okay. And which can cause him to ignore what's right in front of him. What are his feelings? Knight of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Well, it seems like he wants communication. You know, he has questions. There may be a curiosity here. I do think he will take action. You will likely hear from him. And I feel like he's attempting to get on the same page with you or work with you in some way, whatever that means. But that looks positive. But there are some negative things that he's focused on for some reason. Thanks a lot, Jasmine. We have my girl, Anya. Thanks for all the 5-star reviews, by the way. That was very kind. Hi, V. What would be the outcome if I decide to go on a date with A? Like, do things look positive? Thank you. Let's see. How would she perceive this? The King of Cups. Okay. The 9 of Cups reverse. Why? I need one more for why. So I like the King of Cups because it makes me feel like you're viewing this as somebody who has a good sense of who he is emotionally. Somebody who, you know, is able to carry your emotions, hold the weight of your emotions, and also keep his own in control. Okay. The King of Cups is very in control of his emotions. He's very mature. The 9 of Cups in reverse, though, it may feel like something is missing. Okay. Now I'm getting a couple of different things from this. It can feel like something is missing. It can feel like either maybe you don't like him because he's too social and you feel like that's just too much for you. It can be that maybe he ends up getting too drunk and now you're embarrassed in front of people and this is too much for you. You know, the 9 of Cups in reverse can also represent where you feel like maybe sometimes this person can be a little selfish. It can also be that he has other obligations or you feel like he may, I don't know, not come together with you one day because he is caught up in with his friends or with another person or something like that. And so you can feel kind of slighted in a way. But if this is just the date, oh, is it? You may feel like he's friend zoning you in some way. I'm going to get one. I'm going to pull one more. The Emperor. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh. This is you may feel very, you may start to internalize things and feel like you're doing something wrong, not because you are, but he just may feel like very in control. I mean, it's a very sexy energy. I mean, shit. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This for me personally, this is like the perfect man. Okay, I don't want him. I'm just saying, like this. I love the King of Cups and the Emperor. Okay, this to me looks like somebody that you would really be turned on by. But with that 9 of cups in reverse, it's almost like you feel like maybe he's a little selfish, or maybe you feel like he gets a little too drunk, or you may feel like there's something missing from you that he doesn't like, or there's something missing from him. You're like, something's off, or and it doesn't have to be super serious. It just can be like, okay, there's still more to figure out in some kind of way. Be careful of like codependency and things like that as well, because that can certainly show up. But you may also wonder if he has like an addiction, or there's just something weird there. But it also makes me wonder because, 9 of Cups is Jupiter and Pisces. And if you look at Jupiter and Pisces in a negative way, it can be somebody who is either overly emotional, or it can be somebody who tends to be too empathetic, or somebody who's a little bit too inside of themselves, somebody who is a little bit, they isolate a little bit too much, they want to be alone too much. I'm kind of wondering if it's something like that. Thanks, Anya. Sorry, I know that took a really freaking long time, but I want to make sure I wasn't misinforming you. Thank you so much, baby. I hope it's good though. Let me know how it is. Lyanne Rivera. Hi V, Daisy here. What do I need to know? My Aries ex and I have formed a great friendship recently after 5 years together and splitting last year. I have been doing my healing, but still getting triggered by his old actions that added to my past trauma, and that was the icing to my rock bottom. Is it easier to stay or go? Will I self sabotage this relationship again? Well, I wonder, how are you getting triggered by his old actions? Are his old actions staying in the past, or are his old actions still current actions? Because that's what could be triggering you. Let me see. What happens if she stays? The Tower in reverse. What happens if she goes? The Fool. Will I self sabotage this relationship again? Ace of Pentacles, Two of Wands. That really depends on you. So I feel like if you stay, the Tower in reverse tells me that you're still going to have a really, really hard time letting go or allowing some kind of change to unfold naturally. So whether that's within you or the changes that he has proven to you. So if this is like you're getting triggered by his old actions, but he's still doing them, then no, you are getting triggered by his current actions. If he has truly changed and you really believe that, and he's not doing these things, then it's really about rolling with the punches and not forcing control over the outcome. Forcing control over the outcome is essentially going to make you feel like a prisoner, not only to your own emotions, but to what he's doing. The Fool energy here, this is if you go. This is you're going to be able to start brand new. It's really hard going into an old relationship with a new mindset. It can be very, very difficult because while a new mindset may be developed, it's very hard to sometimes let go or forget the actions of another, which takes a lot of growth and it takes a lot of maturity. And like I said, if this person has definitely changed and is not doing that stuff anymore, um, then it's definitely an internal process for you that you're needing to work out within yourself. But you really need to be honest with yourself and ask you if you're there, and if it is more anxiety than what it's worth. But that Fool energy tells me that this time, if you leave this relationship and you start brand new, you will truly start brand new. Okay. You will start brand new. But the Fool is also a little bit naive, right? The Fool likes to carry light, and it's the beginning of a new journey, but he doesn't have a whole lot of weight on his back, which can be good, but it can also be a little naive. Okay. And so I just want to say, if you do decide to see what else is out there, I would certainly work on yourself before doing that. Because when we're in a broken place or when we are in a really fucked up place, okay, I'm not saying that's where you are, but when we're in that space, we tend to attract people that are going to show us that we're in that space. And sometimes they can blow it up even more. They can make it that more prominent. And it's to force us to work through these things, but it's going to feel like hell in a handbasket. And I know that, like, every relation I we attract the exact person in for where we are in that moment. And it says a lot more about us than it does about anything else. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like who you attract, if you leave this, and who you attract from here on out is a mirror to who you are in this moment and what you need to work on. And that's something to think about going into it. Now, as far as will you sabotage yourself again? The Ace of Pentacles is saying that there's an opportunity for you to plant brand new seeds and go about things in a completely different way. So it's not really about will you, it's do you want to? And if you don't want to, how can you go about that? Well, the Ace of Pentacles is once again brand new. So it doesn't mean that you leave your experience outside of the door. It doesn't mean that you forget everything you learned. No, it means that you now apply what it is that you've learned. And if you truly feel like this other person has come out of their own comfort zone to go about things differently, you truly believe that, then you should also follow suit. Okay. But if you're not ready for that, then I think that you should also be willing to admit that to yourself. Okay. Thanks a lot, Daisy. All right, then we have Celeste. What are my partner's true intentions towards me? How does he truly feel about me? Let me see his true intentions first. Six of Swords reversed, Three of Swords reversed, Four of Wands reversed. Okay. I like his feelings. The Hierophant, the Judgment, the King of Pentacles. His intentions, Six of Swords reversed, Three of Swords reversed, Four of Wands reversed. I think that this is somebody who is kind of stuck on some past issues, maybe even some old past ways, okay? And I don't even know if this is necessarily intentional that he's stuck in that way, but I do think that he wants to go back and resolve some old heartbreak in one way or another. But from his end, that's going to take some security within himself. That's going to take him needing to break out of his comfort zone in one way or another, which means that he's going to need to break out of a certain way of thinking. But the problem is that he keeps getting stuck in an old way of thinking, or he keeps getting stuck in an old way of dealing with his feelings, which is causing a delay in the progress that is being made or that can be made. His feelings for you, we have the Hierophant, the Judgment, the King of Pentacles. So I love this. This shows me that he feels a spiritual connection to you. He feels like there are a lot of things about your guys' fundamental values that are very much aligned. I think that he wants a reconciliation if you guys have been apart. I think that he feels like, if we're looking at Judgment like a connection, right? It's very deep. It's scorpionic. It's the higher calling. So he may feel like this is a part of his destiny in some way. There's something about it. And I do think that he feels very committed to you, but it's going to be about whether or not he's willing to break free of some kind of mindset, or if he's still going to hold on some to the past, if he's going to figure out a proper conflict resolution for something, or whatever it may be, because whatever that is may delay the progress in regards to this relationship. We have the North Node for your advice, and we have a time for healing. So the North Node, whatever it touches, it wants more of. Okay, so for the North Node to touch a time for healing, the North Node is also not easy. Okay, the North Node can feel heavy, it can feel like a lot. And I think that with that North Node, it's considered a malefic, but the North Node is what we're destined to have. It's what we're destined to go towards. It's out of our comfort zone. It's something that is different than what we're used to. And for it to touch a time for healing means that something needs to be healed within you. So I don't know what that is. I don't know if you need to do some journal entries. I don't know if you need to speak to a therapist. I don't know if it's that you guys need to focus more on healing a situation as opposed to just focusing on the problem, needing to focus on the solution. And also some healing for yourself as well, especially if this is somebody who has hurt you. And despite his feelings, okay? Despite what it says in his feelings, and despite what your feelings tell you, this is not about his or your feelings. It's about what the two of you are doing. It's not about your feelings. It's about what the two of you are doing with those feelings, or doing about those feelings, or doing in general. Feelings don't mean shit, really. Okay? It doesn't mean that they're not important. Feelings are absolutely important, but it's really what we're doing that reveals the true essence of who we are and of how we actually feel about another and about ourselves. Thank you so much, Celeste. I really appreciate it, and I do hope that you will leave me a review and let me know how I did. India, hey Violetta, can you please just pull some oracle cards, whatever wants to come through? Thanks, sure. We have Libra. We have don't let pride get in your way. Luck is on your side, and Neptune. I feel like when you start admitting to yourself that certain relationships that you seek out are not actually for you and they're more about your pride, life will get easier for you. Okay. And that doesn't mean that, that doesn't mean that every relationship that you take initiative on isn't for you, or that, you're being ridiculous, or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I feel like when you truly start to allow yourself to connect with a person or seek out relationships, whether that's friendships or romantic, based solely around the soul, mutual interests, honesty, fairness, balance, as opposed to being like, for instance, if you okay, I'm not saying that this is you. This is just an example. But if you are like, "Oh, I really want to get with this person. I really want to get with this person. They're so hot and they're so talented and they're sexy and but they don't ever call you back. And they're not even interested in the same things that you are, They don't even read your writing on Substack, or whatever. Like, it's about really being honest with yourself about those connections, and what is that really giving you? What is that really bringing to you? And I feel like that is when this will happen. Okay, so this is new moon in Sagittarius, luck is on your side, and this is Neptune. Now, Neptune has a bit of an iffy reputation, right? Neptune is like, oh, that's shady, or it's a delusion, or blah, blah, blah. But a lot of people don't like to always talk about Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. It's the higher octave of Venus. And there's nothing wrong with Venus. Venus, I'm ruled by Venus, please. Okay. Maybe there's a lot of things wrong with Venus. But Neptune is more about sacrifice. It's sacrificial love. It is ultimate compassion and forgiveness and you know, it's the reading poetry to one another in the canoe in the fucking boat in Little Mermaid. It's the Notebook. It's the, you know what I mean? It is true, honest to God. Doesn't mean that Venusian can't be true love, but Venus was a little bit more of a, a little bit of a floozy. And with that, luck is on your side. I feel like when you actually start making decisions based around equalness and fairness and actual consideration, and as opposed to pride or ego or whatever, that's when true honest to God connections are going to come into your life. Okay. And I don't know if that's friendships or whatever. This may also be asking you to get in touch with your creativity with Neptune. Get more in touch with your creativity because something may actually turn out for you in the way that you want. Okay. Thank you so much, India. I really appreciate you, and I hope that you will give me a rating and let me know how I did. All righty. All right, guys. I'm getting out of here. I love all of you. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful evening. What's up, Kinez? It's nice to see you. Have a great night, you guys. Lori, thank you so much. Thank you, all of you, for coming, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.